What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today with an update video here in regards to the Battle Pass points and Forever Patriot update that was actually released yesterday. So you can see here, guys, some verbiage, but additional confirmation of what we're expecting now, because many of us, including myself, were actually falling short of this Iron Patriot specific unlock here with his event. But I also want to point out a couple of things in this blog post where it does show that, you know, although we got this rectified and we got some additional fragments here to get the unlock, it just shows the poor messaging and communication that so Scopely's still not understanding the gravity of the situation and why truly folks were frustrated with the event, as well as, you know, what we wanted as a remediation, right? So first and foremost, I do like the fact that obviously there's no Cosmic Crucible this week, so they're giving us additional pass progression here. That's just nice. They didn't have to, but it's good to get that little kind of recoupment there in terms of just not having that activity. And then as well, like I said, the update here, which is the meaningful one that everyone was waiting for. Iron Patriot shards are coming to all players in this week's Free Claim Friday. We're going to include 5 free shards of Iron Patriot. You'll also find more shards in the upcoming Alliance event. We're already well aware of that because of the data mines and so forth, but we're also sending an extra 10 shards here of Iron Patriot to all player inboxes. So additionally, if players receive the possible Patriot Corp orb fragments, they're now going to be left with 250 in their inventory. This was done to give a little bit of an overflow, but we understand that it feels bad to have any complete orb. So we will send all players 1750 orb fragments to make that orb whole. Some folks I've heard also receive 500 orb fragments, so it means that they're still going to be back kind of the same to the square one where they were, because once you add in the 1750, they'll still have like 250 remaining. But that's not the point. At least now they're giving us that additional confirmation that it was meant to be an overflow. Didn't happen that way because it did cause confusion and frustration, and everyone was confused on whether or not we were going to be getting more fragments to actually get Iron Patriots unlocked before the conclusion of the showcase for Cabal. These compensations should resolve the recent event issues. Thank you for your feedback on these topics. Be sure to use Hivemind in raids and so forth. So this is kind of what I want to talk about, guys. So these compensations should resolve the recent event issues. There's still a missed message here, is that now that the event's concluded, now that the Cabal showcase is done, there's obviously less importance to have Iron Patriot, and that's, I think maybe that was the poor messaging, and it also shows the gravity of the situation, that it's ironic that we have envoys, we have player voice movement, you know, communicating obviously at the end of the day what was wrong with this issue, but even doing so in a timely manner, this still took time to come out, and well after the showcase event, and well after the fact that it even matters at this point, right? Because everyone knew that Iron Patriot shards were coming. You know, I think Archangel also commented and confirmed through Discord as well. So we knew this was coming already. But for them to take this long, and I get it, it was the holidays and all, but it was just very, very poor planning, right? And the other miss mark is that the only true way to actually make this right is if they actually ran the event here for Cabal Showcase, because the main core reason why this was such a feel bad event was the fact that everyone was a shard or two away from unlocking Iron Patriot, who could then be participating in the next chapter here of the Cabal Showcase, so that way you can actually take advantage of the first time rewards, right? That was no longer possible now. Not only was the messaging of this way too late, but this compensation, although it is nice, it doesn't do the job anymore in terms of the shards, right? It was never about the shards and getting more shards of him. It was about getting, you know, 2 or 3 different more additional shards, or maybe another orb, so that way we can get his unlock before the conclusion of the Cabal Showcase. And I feel like the messaging in this blog post shows that they feel like they've done their job and they've remedied the situation, but they haven't really. The only way they can remedy this fully is if they reran the Cabal Showcase and allows the opportunity to actually take advantage of the first time rewards, which we should have been, given the opportunity to do so. Some folks were able to with RNG, but it should not have been that close to getting his unlock, right? It should never be 2 or 3 shards, shy, or us needing to have Power Cores to get his orb. If you're going to do that, maybe leave his some a couple suggestions, right? Maybe leave Iron Patriot or whichever characters featured in the showcase, leave their orbs running a little bit longer in the store, so that way folks like ourselves with power cores can get the one orb and get the unlock. Then they would have never had this issue in the first place, and the amount of discontent and frustration from players, because although the fragments for additional shards of Iron Patriot is nice, the true frustration came from the fact that we were so close. We were literally a sliver away from participating in the Cabal Showcase to get those rewards that were pretty sizable, especially if you're taking a look at, some of the ISO Blue 4. It would have just been nice for folks that, do need these resources for a big apocalypse, right? And now it's a missed opportunity, and now they're thinking that these additional shards are going to fix the situation. It's not. Going forward, you guys need to be better. Scopely needs to do their math better. They need to. They always say over and over that they have players on their side playing the game. This is just such an obvious sign that that's not the case, right? Because if they were playing the game, they would have known right away that a day or two that, hey guys, it's not possible. It's not actually possible, or unless you had insanely good luck with the Iron Patriot orbs, in which, assumingly, it seems like the majority of folks did not. Many of the content creators were not able to unlock them as well. You can do the math yourselves, right? Feel free to reach out if you guys need assistance or something. But if you have folks on your side, paid to do their job, and that's calculating the amount of shards that the majority of the community should be getting access to or unlocking, then they should be getting that. And if they're not, if there's so-called players on the Scopely boundless side, they should be able to identify the situation way before the content creators, way before the folks actually playing the game, right? And that's kind of what's the most frustrating about this update, is that it shows the lack of understanding here, right? They're thinking at the end of the day it is the shards, and it's not. It was the shards during that time for the showcase event, because now at this point it doesn't matter. Yes, we can get his unlock now, which is great and all, but we were always going to get his unlock as per the outlines that they've made, and the better farmability increase. We knew that more shards of characters that are newer characters. We saw this with Hivemind. We saw this with Extreme X-Men. Now we know that this is going to be expected for Cabal as well, right? This is going to be the pipeline for how new character unlocks are coming. So we were never concerned about his unlock here, right? And that's kind of where the mixed messaging comes from, is that it's frustrating to see this blog post, because you can tell that they think they solved the problem, but at the end of the day, the only way to solve this is to make sure that this never happens again. Don't have a character where they're only 1 or 2 shards away before a showcase ends, and that doesn't make sense, right? You guys have folks hired on your side to do the math. Well, do a better job, calculate this beforehand, and if you have players on your side, have those players speak up, because at the end of the day, this is such an obvious mistake that we all knew from the days before the showcase ended. And even after that communication and messaging from, again, outside of folks outside of the company, we still got this so delayed, and even until this Friday to get the shards. This is not acceptable. You guys need to do a better job. And I am sorry for all the folks that were not able to unlock him on time, because there was a missed opportunity for rewards. And now, once again, the player base takes the sacrifice here, and it's a learning lesson for this company that seemingly makes continual mistakes and poor messaging across the board. Let me know anything in the comments below, guys. I hope they improve in the future. Hopefully we never see this incident again. Scopely, you need to do a better job with your calculations and math. If we can do it, you can do it.